Godley would be sent specifically to supplement the British efforts with American expertise using American apparatus. Judged by the ARRL board as America's best authority and best operator in shortwave receiving, he would sail to England aboard the Aquitania on 15 November to prepare for the December operation. Meanwhile, he would be building and selecting the best equipment he could find to cover the short waves. It wasn't that the British hams were not up to the task, as had been suggested by a French magazine. After all, it was England to which the American and Canadian hams had looked for early supplies of vacuum tubes after the war. But, as QST amusingly put it, the British are not such boiled owls as we North American hams and do not, as a class, relish staying up to all hours. And since the ARRL would never be so impolite as to ask them to do so, it was at first thought that the transmitting schedules would have to be limited. But the sending of an American amateur changes this, so that not only will the special stations have individual schedules, but everybody else can enter who will. Perhaps the most important change from the February attempt was that in addition to scheduled operations of the more powerful qualifying stations, everyone else was invited to join in too. The organizers explicitly wanted this test to be a free-for-all in which everybody can participate. QST reminded readers that the proper direction to favor was northeast, since signals followed the Great Circle route. Therefore, those on the Atlantic coast would not necessarily have an advantage. The test would consist of 10 nights of 6-hour sessions from 7 through 16 December and run from 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern Time in the U.S. The free-for-all session would run from 7 until 9:30, when stations could transmit according to time slots assigned in 15-minute intervals assigned by district. Qualifying stations would then transmit for the second interval beginning at 9:30 according to a schedule of 15-minute periods,